I'm not an ATD. I'm the goddamn boss. I'm a transplant. Alright? Get that shit straight, sweetie. I am the goddamn boss. What's up, white people? Hey, I'm half white, so we family. Alright? I'm under a little pressure here. My wife told me that if I embarrassed her, then you know, basically, if you think you ain't getting no pussy now, my co-workers at Euclid Avenue basically told me that if I wasn't funny, they wouldn't work for me anymore. What I want to know is, when did these motherfuckers start working? No, but seriously, this is my comedy debut. This has always been a dream of mine. And this is my chance, and I'd like to thank Mr. Paul Carlos for giving me this opportunity. Wherever Paul's at, I want to thank you. But I want to tell you all a little joke. Now y'all gotta remember, I smoked a lot of weed when I was a kid, so if I forget the joke, just bear with me. I was hanging out in this bar one night with a couple friends. This guy walks in, orders a Jack Daniels, and he just keeps ordering Jack Daniels, and then eventually he was ready to leave, so he tells the bartender how much I owe you. He tells him $40, so he gives him a $50 bill, tells him to keep the change. So the guy throws the change in his tip jar. So the guy says, man, I wish I had a tip jar like that. So the guy says, well, you can have a tip jar just like this if you're willing to do 3 little things for me. He said, what's that? He said, well, you see that big bouncer over there? Go in and knock that motherfucker out with 1 shot. He said, okay, I can knock him out. He said, what's the other thing? He says, out back of the bar, there's a mean junkyard dog with a real bad tooth. You gotta pull his tooth out. He said, okay, I can do that. He said, what's the third thing? He says, well, upstairs there's this 85-year-old lady who's an nymphomaniac. You gotta go up there and satisfy her. He said, man, I ain't gonna do all that for that little bit of money. Just give me another Jack Daniels. So the guy sits there and keeps drinking and drinking. So finally he says to the bartender, hey, is that offer still good? He said, yeah. He said, well, prepare to lose your money. So he walks over to the bouncer, bam! Knocks him out with 1 punch. So then he goes out to the back of the bar. We're just sitting there waiting. And all of a sudden we hear, this shit goes on for like 15 minutes. All of a sudden he comes walking in, pulling up the zipper. Now where's that old bitch with the bad tooth? As I said earlier, I'm married to my best friend, my lover, and my wife of 4 years, Miss Shauna Davenport. And we have a little girl who's 5 years old, Miss Samaya. And she gave me her little thing from school as a good luck charm. And then as I was on my way out the door, she wouldn't give me a kiss. She said I'm ugly. But that's okay, I still love her. Now, I gotta say this, a little current events here. First and foremost, we gotta vote Obama back in. Number one, we gotta vote him back in. Number 2, Mr. Zimmerman has been indicted. Thank God for that shit. Okay, 45 days was too goddamn long for them to kill that boy. Now, on something a little more funnier, I heard that the Jackson 5, minus Michael of course, was going to be on tour this summer. I wonder who thought that was a good idea. And the other person I really love is Mary J. Blige, who happened to have done a recent commercial for Burger King about chicken. And a lot of people are upset about this, and I really don't understand why, because if they would pay me $2 million, I would sing about sucking a dick and a couple of hairy balls with a happy ending and a special sauce to finish the job. Oh, hairy balls, how tasty they are with the salty nuts. Where's the sauce? He liked that one. Where's my single ladies at? All right. I got some bad news for y'all. There was a recent study by a guy at UCLA, I believe, that basically said that as a single woman, you've got a 1 out of 3 chance of never getting married. And the number one reason why you're going to have so much trouble finding a man to marry you is the single guys are having so much fun playing you girls. So what I suggest to you is do what I do. This is how I found the woman of my dreams. Now, I never practiced this on a guy, so ladies, you're going to have to kind of, reverse it for yourselves. But how I met my beautiful wife was, I promised to take her to a Parliament concert. Okay? Now, I already knew there were no tickets left. So when we got there, I asked surprised, like, ain't no more tickets? I said, I guess we'll have to come up with another plan. So she said she was hungry. So we were near Great Papaya where they used to have the 50-cent hot dog back in the day. It's a true story. You can ask her after the show, she'll tell you the truth. And I took her down there, and of course she wouldn't eat it. She was all dressed up. I was just all bummy and shit. So she wouldn't eat the dirty hot dog. So I said, well, I got an idea. Let's ride up to the Empire State Building. And we'll go to the top, the observation deck, look downtown. And so that's what we did. So we took a cab ride up there. And it was real cool because we got in a cab. Now, I walked her from like West 4th Street up to about 20th Street because I didn't have too much money for cab fare. So we got on, I think, 22nd Street, hopped the cab up to 34th. When I saw the meter hit 350, I said, let us out right here. We walked the last 2 blocks. So anyway, we go up to the observation deck, and it's nighttime now, so we're looking downtown at the World Trade Center now. Of course, that shit's no longer there, so you have to look at something else. But I told her, I said, on our second date, maybe we can go down there and look at Uptown. And she said, I like that. But honestly, I spent like $4 on that date. And I must have done something right because we've been married for 4 years. We've been together forever. And she's really, really special to me. Now, I got one more joke I want to tell. Now, I'm having a little senior moment here. I'm trying to remember how that shit went. But, it went something like this. Well, it's not really a joke. It's a story. When I first contacted Paul about doing this show, they told me there was a red light going to come on when my time's up. So if that red light comes on, I'm going to just run off stage. But anyway, I called Paul, I told my wife about it. She's always supportive of me. I said, I'm going to be a big comedy star, baby. I'm going to be like Richard Pryor, and stuff. And I'm going to have, money, cars, jewelry, and groupies. So she's always supportive of me. She said, well, baby, I tell you what. You buy me a big-ass house, like a $5 million mansion. Buy me about 3 cars, some furs, jewelry, 10-carat diamond ring or something. When you get all that, then we can talk about the groupies. But as of right now, if I catch you with a goddamn groupie, I'll kill your ass. Thank you. My name's Dale Cook.